That's why some of my generation are kind of crazy and rebels, you know? We wonder if we're gonna be alive when we're 30.
Yes, Terri, you will make it to your 30s, and you will make it to 79. Today, we mourn the death but celebrate the life of Terri Garr.
I went to empty the garbage and 2 people blessed me. And then one of them blessed the garbage. And then he asked me if our children were conceived immaculately.
Terri Garr was born in Los Angeles on December 11, 1944, and passed away on October 29, 2024. She was an American actress known for her comedic roles in film and television. She received nominations for an Academy Award and a British Academy Film Award. Garr was raised primarily in North Hollywood, California. She was the 3rd child of a comedic actor father and a studio costumier mother. In her youth, Garr trained in ballet and other forms of dance. She began her career as a teenager with minor roles in television and film in the early 1960s, including appearances as a dancer in 6 Elvis Presley musicals. After 2 years of college, Garr left Los Angeles and studied acting at the Lee Strasberg Institute in New York City. She had her breakthrough appearing in an episode of Star Trek in 1968. She spent her early years in Lakewood, Ohio, a suburb west of Cleveland. Her father, Eddie Garr, born Edward Leo Gonaud, was a vaudeville performer, comedian, and actor whose career peaked when he briefly took over the lead role in the Broadway drama Tobacco Road. Her mother, Phyllis Lynn Garr, born Emma Schmoetzer, was a dancer, a rockette, a wardrobe mistress, and a model. Her father was of Irish descent, and her maternal grandparents were Austrian immigrants. Garr had 2 older brothers, Ed and Phil. When Garr was young, the family briefly relocated to New Jersey before settling in Los Angeles. When Garr was 11, her father died in Los Angeles of a heart attack. She recalled that his death left us empty, without any income. And I saw my mother be this powerful, creative woman who put 3 kids through college, and one of my brothers is a surgeon. We had to have scholarships or sweep the floors for any lessons we wanted. It had to be free, and so we always had to try harder. That was instilled in me very early. During her youth, Garr expressed interest in dancing and trained extensively in ballet. I'd go for 3-4 hours a day. My feet would be bleeding, she recalled. I'd take buses all over the city just to go to the best dancing schools. You could stand there and be quiet and beat yourself up, push the body. Garr graduated from North Hollywood High School and attended San Fernando Valley State College, now California State University, Northridge, for 2 years before dropping out and relocating to New York City to pursue acting. Her movie debut was as an extra in A Swingin' Affair in 1963. During her senior year, she auditioned for the cast of the Los Angeles Road Company production of West Side Story, where she met one of the most influential people in her early career, David Winters, who became her friend, dance teacher, and mentor. Winters cast her in many of his early movies and projects. Thanks to her friendship with David Winters, she would appear as a dancer in 6 Elvis Presley movies. Her first speaking role in a motion picture was briefly appearing as a damsel in distress in the Monkees film Head in 1968. Also, in 1968, she appeared in the Star Trek episode Assignment Earth, designed as a backdoor pilot for a new series that was not commissioned.
You may set those controls so we can't detonate that warhead.
Listen, you, get away from him!
Roberta, be careful. Servo's set to kill.
Star Trek was the first job where I had a fairly big, for me, speaking part. Garr related in her memoir, I played Roberta Lincoln, a dippy secretary in a pink and orange costume with a very short skirt. Had the spin-off succeeded, I would have continued as an Earthling agent, working to preserve humanity. This led to her being, in her words, cast as bird-brained lasses in episodes of other TV shows. Garr appeared in many successful films in the mid to late 1970s, including a supporting role in Francis Ford Coppola's thriller The Conversation.
If there was some way I could help to relieve the tension, if there was just some way I could give you a little peace.
This was followed by her role as Inga, an assistant to Dr. Frederick Frankenstein, in the Mel Brooks horror comedy Young Frankenstein, which marked a career breakthrough. She then appeared in a dramatic role in Steven Spielberg's science fiction film Close Encounters of the Third Kind as the wife of Richard Dreyfuss's character. In Oh, God, she was the wife of John Denver, and in the drama The Black Stallion as the mother of the male protagonist. In 1982, she starred opposite Dustin Hoffman in the comedy Tootsie, playing an actress whose actor friend, Hoffman, disguises himself as a woman to further his career.
I'm really very
You're worried about your audition tomorrow, aren't you?
No, I'm not worried about that audition.
Why?
Because
Why
I'm
are
not
you
going
so
to get
worried?
it. I'm not
Why
going to get
not?
Because I'm completely wrong for it.
She was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her role. She then appeared in the comedy Mr. Mom as the wife of Michael Keaton's character, followed by a supporting role in Martin Scorsese's After Hours. In 1992, Garr played Marge Nelson in Mom and Dad Save the World, a sci-fi adventure/family romantic comedy film. Garr had a recurring role on McCloud and appeared on MASH, The Bob Newhart Show, The Odd Couple, Maude, Barnaby Jones, and Paul Sand in Friends and Lovers. She hosted Saturday Night Live 3 times. Garr's career began to slow in the late 1990s after a neurologist informed her that symptoms she had been experiencing for many years were those of multiple sclerosis.
Matt, honey, there are no such things as ghosts.
But the board...
It's a fake. Dad is gone, honey. He's not coming back, even as a ghost.
But I need to see him again. I need to.
She also provided the voice of Mary McGinnis, Terri McGinnis's mother, in Batman Beyond. In 2006, Garr published an autobiography, Speed Bumps, Flooring It Through Hollywood, which details her career and health struggles after her diagnosis of multiple sclerosis. In the early 1980s, Garr was in a 7-year relationship with film executive Roger Birnbaum. After separating from Birnbaum, Garr was in a 7-year relationship with David Kipper, a physician Carrie Fisher introduced her to. In 1993, Garr married building contractor John O'Neill. In that same year, in November, they were present when their adopted daughter Molly O'Neill was born. The couple divorced in 1996. Garr has been called a comedic legend. In 1982, film critic Pauline Kael called her the funniest neurotic, dizzy dame on the screen. Numerous performers, including Jenna Fischer and Tina Fey, have cited her as an influence. Garr died from complications of multiple sclerosis at her home in Los Angeles on October 29, 2024, at the age of 79. That was our show for today. What did you think? Are you a Terri Garr fan? What was your favorite Terri Garr role? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And while you're at it, I'd be honored if you subscribe to my channel, click the bell to stay informed, and check out my Carl Vincent Vampire Hunter franchise in the comments section. Until next time, this is Axel for Kevin Given saying, live long and prosper, may the force be with you, and keep reaching for the stars.